Hey YouTube, it's Brooke. How you doing? How's everybody doing on this beautiful day? Like, it's absolutely beautiful today. The sun's out, it's not too hot. It is absolutely beautiful. I wanted to do an energy check-in real quick. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what energies are coming up. Yesterday, I was extremely fatigued. I was extremely tired. Looked at the Schumann. I haven't looked at the Schumann in a while. Looked at it and can't make this shit up. Looked at it and it was 9. Looked at it today and it was 48. So there's definitely a lot of purging that's happening. A lot of purging. A lot of purging. I know this morning I've cried a couple of times, just feeling what I feel, acknowledging it and releasing it. Definitely purging, going through, clearing a lot of stuff. There's a lot of karma work that's happening for me. And it's hard when you got to work through that and it be with your family. I mean, it's hard. But, you know, my number one job is to be a better person for my kids. My number one job is to lead them and to guide them. Okay, so what does that mean, to guide them? When they come and ask for my opinion, I give it. I mean, they're almost 16. At this point, I have to stop being a helicopter parent, which looking back, yeah, that's what I grew up with. We become our parents if we do not consciously change. And I get it's time to take action. We do not constantly change and strive to be better, right? So with them almost being 16, I have to really watch what I say. I have to really watch what I do. I have to know when it's time to talk about things and expose things that are going on. I have to point it out and let them take it, see it from my perspective, and then they automatically see it from theirs. It's no different. So I get, it's time to take action, new moon and Aries. So even though we're in the retrograde season, we still have to be taking action. We still have to be doing things. We still have to be moving forward in the direction that we're supposed to be moving in. And then I got this one the other day. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. New moon in Aries. And I swear, it's like these moon cards keep talking to me. My midheaven, my AC, and my my sun sign in the middle, because a personal issue reaches resolution is in the future. So there's definitely a lot of Mars energy. So Mars is in my IC, which is the house that's ruled by Cancer. And I have a very hard stellium. So the IC is supposed to be the home life, your mother. And I have Mars, Saturn, and Pluto. That squares my Venus. So what does that mean? Well, Mars is war. Mars is anger. Mars is combative, right? Saturn, karma. Karma. Okay. Pluto, generational karma. And then you got all three of those together. It creates a toxic home life. So on this journey, I, struggled trying to figure out, okay, am I healing because I have daddy issues and my dad's wasn't around? Like, what What is that? So when I started trying to go in that direction to figure out what the challenge was with our relationship or with my relationships, right? And in doing that, I started noticing a pattern that was happening in the 3D, in my reality. I was attracting toxic men, okay, that were Aries or Leo. All of them. And I'm like, what is the deal with all these men being either Aries or Leos and them being toxic, negative energy for me? Okay? I'm not saying all of them are. Okay? Not saying all of them are. But the ones that I was attracting during that time was. So this was a big aha triggered moment before I even got into astrology to be able to see and pinpoint, okay, that's what's going on, right? Because those of us that are doing the work to change our toxic behaviors and be better people, we know through the healing journey that the mirrors that show up in our lives are reflecting to us the parts that we need to heal and fix within ourselves, right? So I'm like, what is this reflecting to me? What is this showing to me? And the fact that they're all Aries and Leos? Okay. And this was fall 2019. I started putting this together. And in the process, I'm calling in my soul family, my soul tribe, building my business of doing hair, doing Reiki, blending the two nodes to what I thought was, okay, this is how I blend them, how I take my 9 to 5, this is how and I didn't even realize that that's what I was doing because, again, this was before I even got into astrology. So intuitively, I was already following what I was meant to be doing. So it hit me like a ton of bricks. Once I started studying astrology, fire's masculine energy, water's feminine energy. Holy crap, I'm looking at the picture all the wrong way. My dad is a water sign. My mom is a fire sign. How did I not see that it wasn't because my dad was missing that I was struggling in relationships? It was because of what I grew up with, being a feminine mother that ran in toxic masculine energy. How did I not see that? And that's where on this journey we learn that feminines, literal feminines, can have masculine dominant energy within and run in that energy, right? So as I started seeing this, I'm like, holy moly, okay, the game changes. I'm able to now go, okay, this is the area that I need to focus on. This is the area that I need to heal from. I've been looking at it all the wrong way. Okay, again, astrology is a guide to help you see those points in time that are life-changing. Okay? And being able to go through and being able to see what was going on, being able to see, okay, so I know I'm here healing generational karma, okay? I see the karma with my grandparents. I see the karma with my mom and my aunt. Now I see the karma happening within my brother and my mom. And now I see it going towards my kids. I can see it all playing out in every single level. How do you change it? How do you stop it? You know, I can only focus on me. I can only focus on my kids. But how do you stop and change that road? And then I get what's going on in the higher mind. seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. This all goes back to what's happening with the planets right now. I mean, whatever's going on in the heavens as above with the planets, we see play out here on Earth. You know, that saying, if it's written in the stars, hence your birth chart, and then you study it and you see it in your real life, like, you know, like, we pick all of these things. I picked to be in this situation. My children picked me to lead them. And that's my number one job, is to lead my children and to talk and to teach them how to have healthy arguments, how to see manipulation, because they are half me. So I know they intuitively can feel the manipulation, because again, that's something else that I've had to work through. They intuitively know, but they have such good hearts. They want to see the better in people. And in trying to see the better in people and giving people an opportunity to be better, like, you kind of get screwed. So it's like, I'm always telling them, you've got to make sure that actions line up with what they're saying. Like, if it's not lining up, 11:44 on my clock, if it's not lining up, then it's not truth. You know? So, then I get the void. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic wound. As we are bringing this unconscious energy to light, because that's what retrograde season is showing you. The veil is thin, is showing you everything that you need to see. If you're able to see, is this a lesson, or is this a repeated cycle of behavior that they always do? You know, I've had to go through that just recently with my mom. I mean, same behavior, same thing over and over again. And if I had not gone through and healed the mirror, the toxic mirror, I would not be able to recognize, okay, this is not a reflection of me. This is a reflection of who she is. And it's hard. It's hard when it's your parent. It's hard. Because, you know, y'all that has followed me, I've said it numerous times. You know, I don't... Yeah. I have said, I just hope they see me. And thank God I was able to be able to tell my dad about who I am and what I am and my gifts, and he accepted that. There was no judgment. There was no, you're crazy. There was no nothing. And that alone is a blessing within itself. So we may be feeling like we're in that void because, you know, that old world is dying. And it for me, it kind of is an old world. It's an old way of doing things. It's an old way of family communication. It's an old way of family dynamics. And it's not the direction that I want to take my children in, because I'm trying to instill in them that when your actions and your words line up, then you know you found integrity. So in order to teach them that, I have to become that. And then I get power places, key ley lines, trust where you're being led. So you've got to trust what you're being told. You got to trust where you're being led. You got to trust what's happening. You got to trust that it's part of the process for the greater good and highest joy. of the growth that your soul's going through. It doesn't make it any easier. And it's not been easy to get on here and to talk about it. And it is part of my journey. It is part of what's happening. It is part of what's going on. It doesn't make it any easier. But in the end, you know, we have to trust where we're going. We have to trust the information that we're getting, especially those of you that are highly intuitive. Okay, so we got the Tower. The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? The Tower is now, and I'm definitely experiencing those towers. So I feel you guys. It is easier when you just let go. You know, just let go of hope. Just let go of trying. Just let go of the need of approval. Just let go of the need of all of it. And once you get to that point of letting go and just allowing whatever's meant to blow up, it sends you right where you need to go. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Okay? And just doing what lights you up. We've got Saturn and Jupiter here. We have Saturn that's going to stop its retrograde on my boy's birthday. So October the 11th, it's going to go station. Jupiter's going to be going station soon as well. So they've not even turned on yet. Let the towers go. Once they turn back on, the energy, the momentum, the information, the flow will get better. Feels like you are at the bottom of the mountain trying to get your way up. And with Mars being at the bottom of the chart, which I do have Mars in the bottom of the chart, all that hard, heavy energy to begin with, you know, it really does feel like you're sitting at the bottom of the mountain going, really? There's another mountain to climb? And that's how it feels. That's energetically how it feels, because there has been mountain and tower and mountain and tower after mountain and tower. And I truly believe that they continue happening until you have non-attachment. Non-attachment. Okay, that's not meant to be in my life. Let's let it go. And let it go. Truly let it go. Because it is unknown territory. I mean, I said this earlier. You are exactly where you need to be, protected by angels, finding sanctuary. I mean, I couldn't have said it better. Definitely protected by angels. I called in Michael, called in Metatron, Sanlafon, Gabriel, Raphael, to be here as I talk to you guys, to bring in protection, to bring in healing energy. You know, your angels are always here to help. All you got to do is ask them. That's it. And finding what lights you up, this is where you're going to find the sanctuary. So what is it that lights you up? For me, I love astrology. I love being able to talk about it. I love being able to talk about the energy of what's going on up there and how it's affecting us here. You know, it is an amazing guide to help you navigate this so-called thing we call life. And I'm still trying to figure out why it's not taught in school. Like, this is something that everybody should know. That's keeping us living unconsciously, because just like I said about Pluto, blowing everything up with my work, like, there's some truth to this. That wasn't where I was meant to be. I was meant to be closer to my kids. I surrendered to that. I followed that. And now I'm here closer to my kids. And this is unknown territory for me. I gave it all up to be close to them, because that's important. Because just that alone speaks more volumes than anything that I could have bought or I could have done. Just the fact, knowing that I'm here and I did it, my actions, I told them that they were important. Now I'm showing them. You know, I mean, that is part of being aware of how what we do really affects our kids. You know? I love you guys. I hope these messages find you well. Have a beautiful day. Bye.